If you're like me, you're running a lot of different accessories on your rig, from lights to compressor, refrigerator, you name it. I went ahead and got an AGM battery so that I could power all these accessories. The problem I'm having is my 4Runner's alternator doesn't put out enough volts to fully charge this AGM battery. Let me show you a simple way to fix that. This is going to be a pretty short and sweet video, so before we get started, can you do me a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button? That just helps me continue to create these great DIY videos, as well as bring you along on my overlanding adventures. So there's a few different advantages to an AGM battery. For off-roading and overlanding, they are much more durable battery than what comes with your vehicle. Also, they have a lot more cold cranking amps than a regular battery. So that's great for me, especially living in Minnesota. And then also the major benefit for overlanding is their deep cycle batteries. So you can drain them down past that 50% mark without doing any damage to the battery. But there's something to consider when you're buying an AGM battery. My 4Runner only puts out about 13.8 volts. This Odyssey battery requires 14.4 to 14.8 volts to fully charge it. So if I just continue to run my vehicle the way I am, I'm undercharging my battery and shortening the life. Also, when I'm camping off the grid, this battery is my lifeline. I don't have a dual battery setup, I only have a single battery. I want to make sure that this thing is fully charged and ready to power my fridge through the night. So after trying to figure out how to solve this problem, I came across this product called a Voltage Booster Pro. And what this is basically a technique of using a diode to modify a vehicle's alternator voltage. There's a lot of DIY solutions out there, but what I like about this is you basically take out the Alt-S fuse in the fuse box under the hood, which is a 7.5 amp fuse, and then you slide this into that fuse slot and put the 7.5 amp fuse back in this, so you still maintain fuse protection. It actually has two settings as well. So there's a low and a high, and you can see this little switch that's on there. And you know, it says that you should primarily run it in low, but if for some reason you're drawing a lot more volts or amps off your battery, go ahead and flip that over to high, and that'll provide more voltage to the battery. All right, let's go give it a try. So before I get started, I'm just going to see what my alternator is currently putting out for volts. So right now, I'm actually getting a little over 14 volts, which isn't bad, but still not enough for the AGM battery. All right, so let's begin. Go ahead and remove your fuse box cover. And the fuse that we're going to be removing is actually a 7.5 amp fuse right here. Simple as that. Now we're going to take and install that fuse right into here. And we're just going to take that and slide it right into the slot. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is switched over to low, which I believe it is. Yep, you see there's a low on one side and it says high on the other. So just make sure to keep that in low for now. And let's see what happens. And wow, look at the difference, just like that. What a simple solution, 14.59 volts. Right in the middle of where I need to be to charge that AGM battery. So I went ahead and shut my engine off, which is what the directions say if you want to switch it over to high. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the switch. And now I'm going to start up the car again and see how much that has changed. By switching it over to high, I'm getting 15.1, 15.2 volts, which is too much for what my AGM battery needs. But where this comes in handy is when you have a lot of accessories running off at the same time and it's draining power, then you can switch it over to high. So if you're going on a long trip, a long overlanding trip, and you're running a lot of accessories, you can flip that over and get the proper voltage you need. And there you have it, another project complete. You know, I encourage you to do your own research, figure out the solution that works best for you and your budget. But as you can see, this was pretty simple. Anybody could do it. If you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you next time.